to do it.
Hey guys, welcome to the Snark Lounge. Pleasure to have all you guys. A pleasure to see all of your smiling faces. Okay, I lied. I can't actually see anyone's faces, but I'm assuming they're smiling, right? Today, we're going to be discussing what? You can do that in China? And we'll get into what that means. I did want to show you guys something, though. I picked up a case for my camera. I thought you guys get a kick out of this because now all my lenses and my camera can live together. How cool is that, right? So I just thought you guys get a kick out of that. All right, I want to go ahead and bring some of my guests on. So let's go ahead and kill the banner. I do want to remind everyone that later on, pay attention. A uber secret URL is going to pop up in the side chat at some point at the end of the night to give you a chance to call in and talk. I do want to stress beforehand, last week we had a lot of people that felt the need to get super uber political in the side chat. Guys, let's not get all political. Let's stick to topic. You got something to say it, but keep it civil like anything else. All right, let's bring some guests in here. First of all, my wonderful better half, the lovely Bunny. So, boom.
So
how you doing, honey?
Am I your upper half or lower half, left half or right half?
You definitely the upper half, definitely. So
I'm your brain.
Yep. So Lucy says it's 5 a.m., so not so early. So there we go. And Straya says there better be pants off.
Yeah, he wears shorts. He doesn't wear pants.
Let's just move on there. So, and we have the equally as lovely, but in another way, Burbex.
Hello, Snarky. Hello, James. Hello, Bunny.
Hey.
Good to see you all here today. You said this isn't political, but I think it's getting political because we need to know what's underneath that desk, Jimmy. I think, right, anybody that gives you $5, $10 in the super chat, then you should reveal what's going on in the department. Yeah, I know what's under there already. I've seen it all.
Oh my God, I don't even know.
We have this special bond, which apparently is I had my camera on and Bryn logged on early and he's all I
thought it was some kind of sex show.
Yes. And then someone said we had the you said the music sounds like a 1970s British porno.
Yeah, exactly. So, like Benny Hill porno or something.
Benny Hill. Benny Hill, he was wildly inappropriate, but I don't think he was ever in a porno, was he?
Who knows? Maybe in secret.
Well, yeah. So you just never know. Our fourth man today. Well, third man, but our fourth person today, Austin, is going to be running just a little bit late, so we will accommodate without him today. But for those of you who are not familiar with Bryn Burbex, first of all, what are you drinking there tonight, sir?
I think it's Asahi. I'm just drinking Asahi beer. I needed to loosen my mouth a bit when I talk with you, James.
There we go. There we go. So, we have Jamaica Funk is in the audience.
Jamaica Funk. Yeah,
Jamaica Funk. For those of you who are not familiar, Jamaica Funk, he just had an awesome video he released recently where he was playing the electric keyboard, like the old Korg style electric keyboard, alongside with some traditional Chinese music. So that was pretty cool.
Can he give us a link to that video? Can Jamaica Funk put a link to that in the comments?
Yeah, he probably can't actually. We're just gonna go completely off script here, just because we can. Jamaica Funk, I'm gonna put you on the spot, my friend. I'm dropping a link right now in the chat. Right now. If you want to just come right on in and tell us about your video, go for it. I'm dropping you a link right now. You have been put on the spot, my friend.
Mhm.
You have been snarkified. So, he says, sure. So, while we wait for him, for those of you who don't know, Burbex is the leading expert in Shanghai in urban exploration. Can you tell us a little bit about what you were exploring recently, sir?
I think it was a couple of days ago. I went to a place called American Dreamland, and American Dreamland was a premier tourist destination in Shanghai in the 1990s. It was built in 1991, and it cost $50 million US, and that was actually a pretty considerable investment at that time. And in the 1990s, you got a lot of like American style amusement parks built here in China. But in 2001, that place went bust. And I went exploring there the other day. And, you know, it's like a Wild West town. You know, there's a saloon, there's like some cantinas, there was some strange cottages. And I also found this back area. I found like a hard hat, like a red hard hat, but also a cowboy hat. So in that video, I was doing the dance to YMCA. So I did like YMCA. Snarky, can you do YMCA?
Yeah.
Can you do that? How about we all do it together? Bunny as well. Everyone go.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. There's Jamaica Funk, and he's doing this.
Jamaica Funk, get the one again. Wow.
Bye. And I'm not sure we're actually coordinated very well, but
we have to say,
which member of the village people are you? Which one are you?
I'm the cop, man. I'm the cop. I'm the black one.
Of course you are.
I think Bryn would be the cowboy, and that makes me the construction worker.
Oh, come on.
Bunny would be the Indian.
Yes. There we go. Everybody, welcome Jamaica Funk in, completely unscripted and off the reservation. Sir, welcome to the Snark Lounge.
Oh, it's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, you did a video recently, which I absolutely dug. Can you tell us a little bit about that video you just did?
Oh yeah. It's doing. I mean, for my channel, it seems to be doing pretty well. So I'm a musician too. I know people are like, who is this Jamaica Funk guy? You know, he draws cartoons. You know, but not what? Whoa, he makes music. So yeah, you know, so I'm kind of like a multimedia guy. You know, I went to art school. I have an art degree, did cartoons, and you know, but at the same time, I was doing music professionally, and I played with a lot of celebrities all over the world. That was my introduction to traveling internationally. So, you know, but, you know, coming here to China, you know, teaching English, I kind of got a little bit away from producing music. And actually, if you look at my channel, my older stuff from like 10 years ago is like an archive of all of my music performances with people like Roberta Flack and Gloria Gaynor and all this stuff. I was a lot younger then. You know, but that's my archival evergreen video, you know, content on the channel. And so technically my channel is a music channel, but you know, since I've been here in China, you know, what do you do? Do what China expats do. You do China vlogs. So that's what my that's what my content is now. So you know, when I just moved to Hangzhou. Or actually, it's a little section. It's an area right outside of Hangzhou, which is more traditional than the other cities that I've been living in. You know, my first city was Tianjin, which is pretty modern. It's like a city. And then the last year I was in another one, part of Suzhou called Taitang. And that was kind of boring. And I was always looking for musical things to do, and there was nothing. There was nothing happening. So I wasn't able to produce music outside of the stuff that I created in my apartment. So
there you go.
All right. When you can't play with anybody else, just play with yourself, right? I know how that sounds, right? But just go.
Double entendre.
All right.
Nice. So I got to ask that the keyboard sitting behind you there, that was when you're playing. What do you call that? What do you call that?
It. Well, they call it a keytar. I actually hate that term, a keytar. They call it a keytar. It's a synthesizer. I'm a synthesizer piano player, but because it allows keyboard players to jam with guitar players, right? And that's what I've always done. I've always had a desire to be up in front of the stage with the guitar players because they always have the fun. They get the girls and everything, and the keyboard players, the nerdy guys, off to the side. Drummers are cool, but they're right in the middle of everything, but the keyboard player, we're like the scientists off to the side. And I'm like, man, I need to be in the front. So,
there we go.
I have one of these, this one I actually bought. I bought that one on Taobao because I needed to get back, and it's portable. I could I wear it like in a guitar case, and people think I'm a guitar player. Until I unzip it and I open it up, and they're like, "What is that?"
Yeah.
So they call it a keytar. And
nice.
I don't like to use that term because it makes me sound like a frustrated guitar player, even though technically that's what I am,
All right.
So I was hanging out in this park, and and they do have some traditional musicians playing in the park where the old Chinese people kind of go to hang out, and they have some people singing traditional Chinese songs, and it's very nice. Yeah, I'm definitely from New York. Definitely Jamaica Funk, Jamaica Queens, New York.
Nice. All right. Well, I'm gonna put you on the spot, Jamaica Funk. Tonight we had a kind of a set discussion, but I'm gonna put you on the spot right now.
Right.
I'm inviting you next week to be on the Snark Lounge. Next week.
Okay. Well, I'm down. I just don't know if my VPN will be, down.
Oh, no VPN's required. No VPN required, my friend.
That's true. Okay.
Yeah, the software doesn't require a VPN, so you can, ride bareback on the internet, my friend.
I want to see Jamaica Funk go out next Sunday, 8:00. Into a bunch of old ladies all dancing in the street, the eyes on his guitar. I see him jamming on that.
That's what not with that one, but I have this. This is a melodica.
Oh,
right?
Wow.
I am so desperate to play with people. I go out, and there are also you find little Chinese musicians, and they play saxophones. And they have little areas where you see them doing little performances. And last week or the week before last, about the same week where I saw that those traditional erhu players, I saw a saxophone player, and I had this. And the guy he doesn't speak any English. I don't speak any Chinese, but music is the international language. So he was playing. I just went out and and we and he was like. I just wanted to do one song with him, right? And I did one, and he's like, "Great, great, great," And then ready to leave. I'm packing my stuff. No. So I ended up doing 4 or 5 songs with him. So it's a lot of fun. So I'm totally into all of that stuff, man. Absolutely.
Well, we will definitely have you on next week. I appreciate you dropping in impromptu. We're going to do a snarky magic trick right now, and immediately turn you into Austin, China. So bam, and just like that.
There it is.
So,
there it
is. The man, the myth, the legend, Austin in China.
Hey,
so
what up? What up?
Austin, tell the audience where you're calling in from today.
Calling in from Chengdu. Chengdu as usual.
Chengdu. Mm-hmm. So which has absolutely not made any international news lately whatsoever. Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's been an interesting couple of days.
Yeah, definitely has been.
Yeah.
So, Bryn, where are you calling in from today, sir?
I'm in the outskirts of Shanghai, right on
The
the
outskirts of
countryside.
Shanghai.
Yeah. You're downtown Shanghai, right?
I'm about as downtown as you can get. Yes.
You
So
are
I'm
downtown.
in the inner ring. So the inner ring, which is my apartment is small, but
It's
that's
the double
fine.
entendre again, right?
Yep. So funny, we haven't heard from you much today. Where are you calling in from today?
Hong Kong, my home.
You're calling in. Yeah, you're in your mom's home tonight. So
Yeah. This is the bedroom I grew up with. I grew up with. See? All the places I travel.
Ah.
Yeah, I get used to like send a postcard. This is Indian actually, wherever I want to. So I stick here. It is actually one of the photos. Yeah.
But now when we travel, what are we getting instead of postcards nowadays?
Photos. And photos.
And what are we putting? You forgot about our refrigerator magnets. We have a small refrigerator.
Yeah. This is your plan. You can talk about it.
Yep. So, all right, guys. Today we're talking about things you can do in China that you absolutely cannot do anywhere else. Of course, we're going to talk about that. And we're going to take some comments. Like I said, later in the show, we've already had one call in. Jamaica Funk was impromptu and played us a little ditty there. So let's see. Oh, yes. Interesting, Burbex. I was born there. There we go. So Bowen is in Hong Kong tonight. So, and oh, yes, we've already got some discussion of politics that we're absolutely not going to talk about tonight, if possible.
Yeah, I'm not a politics guy. Yeah.
So try to avoid that. So yeah, I want to start this off myself. I'm going to be completely selfish in myself today. Talk about one thing that I've noticed you can do in China you can't do anywhere else is you can make friends. So easy. I was just out shooting a video. I was shooting a video on top troll comments because if you've ever been on the internet at all, chances are if you're watching this, you've probably been on the internet at least once. You'll find that there are a lot of people that make disparaging comments on the internet because why? They have the warm anonymity of the internet. And so I do get some troll comments and they say, don't feed the trolls. But in the case of my new video coming out, the trolls are going to feed you some interesting comments. I think Alex Absolute's going to join me for some commentary on that. But while I was out shooting, I came across a robot barista where a robot makes your coffee. So awesome. And a couple of guys were out there, and one guy offered to demonstrate how it worked for me. I'm like, that's cool. We demonstrated, and then he handed me a coffee. The coffee he got from the robot barista. He's like, here, this is for you. And I'm like, dude, that was so awesome. Thank you. So exchange WeChat. So yeah, it's so easy to make friends here in China. Has anybody experienced that at all? We're making friends. It's super easy in China. Austin?
Yeah, sure. I mean, it's a cool thing like that. Partly it comes from us. Well, a lot of it comes from us just being foreigners. We're so different, and it's just like as soon as someone runs across us, especially in somewhere that doesn't have a lot of foreigners, they run across us and they're instantly curious about us. They want to know like all of these, the 8 questions that everybody asks. Where are you from? How old are you? Why are you in China? How long you been here? Et cetera, et cetera. But then the conversation kind of goes on, and it happens all the time. When I was first learning Chinese in Lanzhou as a student in 2011, I would just like walk down the river because Lanzhou is like built along the Yellow River. I would just walk down the river and just like talk to people with dogs and just pet the dogs. And then like I would have all these like single serving friends, like that Fight Club line. And it's just so, it's just natural. It happens all the time. Even now, and that didn't happen back in the USA.
There we go. Straya says, I made friends with a bunch of old people in Bailing Park. I danced with them, and Ober been back to see them in a few times. Okay. I want to see Straya dance with some old folks. So definitely. Brent, have you experienced that? We're making friends is super easy in China.
Well, I was actually just going to comment about what Austin said. It's like he said, like single serving friends. It's one of the things that can be like really enjoyable about living in China is that you can just go out and talk random stuff with random people basically anytime. You know, like Straya was talking about dogs, for example. I have a dog. You can go out and say, what kind of dog is it? You can say, is it a boy or a girl? You can have these random conversations. And, you know, sometimes you'll be out in the street and you just see somebody standing there staring into the distance. And they'll just be like, and you can go up to them and say, well, what are you looking at? And they'll say, that happens. It's like a Chinese habit. I think they just kind of stand there like staring at something. Come and stand and stare at what they're staring at until you get a group of like 5 people staring there. And then you can just go and talk to these people and you can have a 5-minute conversation with them. And then just, you say, okay, see you later, bye, and end it. And I think in England and America, that would be very awkward. You know, like if you're talking with an American person, you say, okay, bye. They think you're being rude. But in China, that's just like,
yep.
That's just standard. But I mean, Snarky, you said the expression making friends. I don't think it's really making friends. I think it's just being friendly. I think Chinese people are actually very, very friendly in the street.
They are.
Much more so in the north than they are in Shanghai. I lived in the north, and I think northern people are much friendlier than southerners.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of times that some people I meet, you'll exchange WeChat and you may see them again, and a lot of times you never will.
Yeah. My WeChat is just like full of random taxi drivers and masseuses and just random people that you meet. They're like, give me your WeChat, and you give it to them, and then they pop up in your WeChat moments from time to time. But I'm not really sure if that's real friendship. I think it's just like very surface friendship. In China, they have like these divisions. You have like your common friends. The common friends are the people that they wouldn't help you if you were in trouble. You have good friends that might help you if you're in trouble. And then you've got like super good friends. And if you're in a fix, they will come. Like if you're in hospital, they would come and help you. But it's very, very difficult to make like really solid friends in China, I think. Most of the time, I just kind of float through. Sorry, pretzel time.
No, I got to ask, because you said you met a taxi cab driver and masseuse. How does that work? Are they giving you a massage while they're driving you in the taxi? I mean, I don't know how that works, sir.
That was in the back. It's actually a WeChat service. You can send a message to them. They come and pick you up. They pick you up, then they drive you around the neighborhood, one hand on the wheel, one hand on you like this. If you're lucky, they give you a
TikTok out there is actually going to believe that.
And then they drop you off back at home again. It doesn't cost $100.
Now, I think if we had Jamaica Funk actually draw that cartoon, like, that would be awesome. I want to see that. So. Yep. Funny, have you experienced that where you make friends easier in China than, say, like in America or the West, or no?
I guess I haven't been like making friends in America, but I guess this one common thing is very easy to like be friend with your neighbors. So basically, like, if you let's say, remember when we passed the security office, if you're holding something back, they'll just come up to you. Oh, what is that? Where did you buy it? What is the discount or something like that? I mean, I think it would be strange if you actually like outside China, you see people holding a like few pack of shoes and then you keep on asking them questions. But in China, in the neighbors, they will kind of like they will easily start a topic and then like start with a conversation. But I would not say it's a friendship. It's just more like between strangers and then to a friend. That is something that I usually should start with a conversation, and that each one of us like keeping news of each other. But that is the neighborhood life in China that is quite unique in China, I would say.
Yeah, definitely. So, Bowen, want to know, Austin, what are you drinking?
It's just water. It's gone now. But yeah, just water. I'm being a good boy. I'm being a good boy.
There we go. There we go.
I mean, I might take a shot later, but you know.
There we go.
No,
awesome.
No need.
So, Bunny, you drinking anything tonight?
No.
Nothing tonight. So, all right. Another thing I've noticed is in China, you can do a lot of things in public you cannot do in the West. A good example is if you're
drink.
Talk about drinking.
Drink.
So you can take it. You could literally be walking down the street, chugging, a 40-ouncer, and nobody would think anything of it. So Burbex looks like he wants to jump in on that one.
I could just see Skittles running around in the background there. Yeah. There's I like this idea about like walking down the street, right? And there's a phrase that maybe some of your viewers know. If you've lived in China a long time, right? You're going to notice that in the summer, a lot of the Chinese guys, they'll roll up their t-shirts like this.
Oh gosh! Oh, we've made it to this point in the evening.
My family's not developed enough at all. They'll walk around like this, drinking.
I need a drink. I need a drink.
And they call that Beijing bikini.
Yep, the Beijing bikini. There it is.
Everywhere. And it's just cool down your back. And I've done this before as well. Like you don't have to take off your whole shirt. You just roll it up a little bit. And I think I could walk around without my shirt most of the time, but
there we go.
Half decent.
Sorry.
Yeah. And the other thing is that, and I'm sure Snarky has experienced this, is that as a more robust man, let's say, people will probably come up and randomly rub your belly, right?
My goodness, yes. People walk up to me all the time, and just they smile and they start just wanting to rub the belly like they're expecting a lucky Buddha to pop
wax
out.
On, wax off, wax on, wax off.
You're lucky, Snarky. Yeah, I get it on my butt. Everybody comes up to me and like rubs my butt. It's like my butt is kind of round, so I'll get like random people just coming up and having a rub of that in the taxi.
In defense, you do have a very nice pat, my friend.
Well, thank you very much, James.
There we go. So, yep, Shinto was like, in China, you can walk off an open bottle of alcohol beverage without the police arresting you. Yep.
That's absolutely true. Yeah,
yep.
Absolutely.
Oh, here we go. The Beijing belly. So, Lucy says, I miss sitting on the curb drinking a takeaway beer.
Yeah.
Yes. That's a really nice feeling. I remember, I remember very vividly about 2 or 3 years ago, I went out just to meet a friend, and I was walking by. It was actually right by the Chengdu consulate, actually, and I went into a 7-Eleven, and I just went in there and I got a Guinness. I just got a can of Guinness and just cracked it and just drank it as I was walking down the street. And I very vividly remember, wow, this is amazing. It's a hot, sunny day. I've got an ice cold beer, just walking down the street, gonna go, meet up with my friend to go do this. And it's like, why can't America do this? This is amazing.
So the question is, were you rocking the Beijing bikini while you were sipping that Guinness?
In my mind. In that time, I think my belly was just entirely too big. It would have been obscene. Now it's a little bit more manageable.
You said mine, and now it's pretty mine. Awesome belly out there. So
I cannot hear. It's a bit breaking from Snarky.
Yeah, I'm losing the signal a bit though.
Yeah.
Bornley just said, "What's a Beijing bikini?" Should I demonstrate again?
Yes, please.
Beijing bikini is when the Chinese men, they roll up their t-shirt like this, and it cools down their belly like this, and then they walk around like that.
Yeah.
It's not exclusive to Beijing. It happens in other places too.
Oh, definitely happens. Yeah.
Well, now, of course, the question is, if that's the Beijing bikini, what would be the Shanghai Speedo?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, we're back to this, aren't we?
Well, we've gone full circle. We have
Yeah.
gone completely unscripted tonight, my friend. We've really gone off the deep end.
What's the Shanghai Speedo? Is that going commando?
We have not yet determined what that is, but if you guys have a suggestion of what the Shanghai Speedo would be, leave a comment. We're interested.
Yeah.
So
we were going to leave it up to the audience.
Snarky is wearing Shanghai Speedos right now, I think. And if anybody wants to leave like a $10 smart chat, he will reveal what Shanghai Speedos are.
The internet is not ready for this.
Yes, it is. Expose it.
So,
Oh boy.
So
This video's going to be flagged.
Lucy was so inappropriate. She said she had a principal in China who liked to pinch me around my belly and say, fat.
Oh,
That is
that's
so-
terrible.
So inappropriate.
That hurts.
And yet they can probably get away with that here in China. So only the women. Yep. There we go. So Jamaica Funk, you see it in America, definitely down in the South in the boonies.
Yeah.
Yep.
I've seen that in movies.
So, yep. Even the Chinese 5XL T-shirt, I naturally have a Beijing bikini. Nice. I've noticed that when you try to buy like shirts that like say like 5, 7, 23X, whatever, you get them, and they're like meant for like a husky 12-year-old boy or something. They just never seem to fit quite right.
But another thing that I see in Shanghai a lot is people walking around in pajamas. More in the winter. And they have like thick quilted pink pajamas, maybe with bunny rabbits on it. It looks like it's just been released from a mental hospital. And actually, if you hang around hospitals, you'll see people walking around with like their IV on a stick. Walking around like a flag in their pajamas. And like yesterday when I was cycling with my dog, this guy just ran across the road and he just ran out of the hospital. I think it was a mental patient. And he went to, and I said, get the fuck out of the way. And he went to swing towards me and I had to swerve my bike. And I think that's one of the things that you can actually be crazy in China, on the streets of China, and nobody cares. You can be standing there saying like, like basically speaking to no one. What a high Jacob shirt. And you see, it's okay to be crazy in China. You see
you can have full-on screaming matches between couples. Yeah, anywhere. Like I've seen it in restaurants, I've seen it on the street, shops. Yeah, people love it. Yeah,
and they will gather around. They'll make like a circle of people all looking for entertainment. Jesus, it's crazy.
But funny, I was discussing that before about how these old ladies will get there and they'll start arguing, but they'll never fight. They'll just be like back and forth at each other. So, what were you saying about that the other day?
You mean they were just like feel ladies?
Yeah, it's so loud.
Yeah, especially they speak in Shanghai. You never know what they talk about. You just hears the pitch like.
That's exactly the sound.
Yeah, except at about 160 decibels.
Yeah.
It rivals a fighter jet in terms of volume. So I like this comment from Shenzhou. He says in China you can carry swords around in public and nobody can arrest you for that. It's true because they have those like Tai Chi things with the swords.
It's always
like those swords could be full-on sharpened weapons. I don't know if they are or not, but that's true. Totally true.
But
Well,
now you
Yeah,
can.
I saw some kids on the metro with one the other day.
No, you
When
cannot.
I lived in Changchun, there was this guy I would get woken up about 6 o'clock every morning, 6 a.m. by this sound every morning.
Oh, yeah.
And like there were Walmart car park just across from where I lived, and every morning there was this man, and he had this gigantic chain, and he would just swing this chain around like Indiana Jones. If that thing hit you, it would kill you easily. But I think it's some kind of Tai Chi thing. In Chinese thing is called bianzi, like a braid. Very
Wow.
dangerous. Very dangerous.
Huh, they don't do that in Chengdu. Interesting.
I think it's like probably a Dongbei thing. They're very aggressive up there.
Yeah.
So, do you see that in Hong Kong at all, Bunny?
You mean the Tai Chi or
Yeah, bianzi.
Oh, the
Yeah.
Benji, I haven't seen it, but then I see like they have the Tai Chi dance. They have the ladies using like holding your fan like this.
Yeah.
And then like Tai Chi like this. In the morning. We don't hear the ju.
Shenzhou is saying 9-section chain whip.
Yep.
That sounds very bad.
9-section chain whip. Okay.
Yep.
Oh, my, that sounds scary.
So somebody was commenting about the Shanghai Speedo. I have no idea. So, Dr. Death said it's a banana hammock. That's a Shanghai Speedo. The
Not
banana
even
hammock.
sure what okay. Yeah.
So, yes, for a $20
Yeah, it's just gone up to $20.
The banana hammock.
Yeah, Snarky's
Oh, boy.
banana hammock. Everybody wants to see it.
No.
How about give me $20? He's showing me.
Bunny gets to see it for free.
Yeah, she gets to see it for free. Oh,
Oh,
true story. So another thing, I'm try to steer us back on the path here. I see a lot of even in regular stores, like in Walmart, you'll see like crocodile for sale, or shark, or these, like a whole goat or a side of beef for sale in Walmart. Has anybody seen anything like that? Any crazy food for sale that you will never see anywhere else in the world but in China?
well, I don't know about anywhere else in the world, but it's certainly more diverse in certain ways than like a Walmart in the USA would be. Yeah, because like in the USA in particular, like our supermarkets are really not diverse. Like it's like they're like 5 or 6 specific cuts of meat, and they're all shrink wrapped, and they're all pre-packaged, pre-weighed, pre-priced, and that's all you can buy. You can buy the ground meat, you can buy like a certain cut of steak, and just like a couple other things. But here it's like you can get any cut of meat, like half of the dang animals hanging up, and it can be like a lamb, it could be a pig, chicken, like an alligator, all manner of creatures from the sea, fish you've never seen before, and like they're alive, turtles, etc., etc.
Austin, you were saying a lot of the things in America are like pre-packaged meat, but I find if you go into Walmart in China, you often see things like bullfrogs, which are actually still alive, for example.
Yes.
You go in,
Yes.
like they actually expect you to take I don't know how you know the difference, which is a good bullfrog, which is a bad bullfrog. You take one, and presumably you take it home and you skin it yourself. Or,
I mean that life.
like those little silkworms that you can buy in the supermarket, and they just look like big pits of poop, but they kind of wriggle sometimes as well. Like going into a Chinese Walmart can be quite traumatic if you've just arrived in China, and there's always that stink.
Right. Yeah, it's that smell. Yeah, it's so specific.
Very
so
specific to China. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
It
you
doesn't
tell us
leave
what
your
it
mind.
smells? What's it smell like, Austin?
I've never thought about describing it. Yeah, it's a very it's very visceral. Like it's super like it's the smell of something that's been perpetually wet.
Yeah,
like it's been almost like marinated. It's an animal that's been marinated in like other animals. Like it just smells it's the weirdest thing. and it's like the smell of kind of a meat locker that you would experience back home, but mix it with the smell of like a live fish, and then turtles, and then like every wet animal you can imagine right there, and then like shrimp, and just it's just all. It's just a mix. I don't know, man. Yeah. It's,
how about you?
I've never thought about it.
Funky sausages and unidentified meats, and in some parts of China, you can actually like buy like a whole chicken or duck live, and they just put it in a bag, and they just kind of carry it on the bus, and they got chicken
sure
hanging out there. It's like, oh, where are we going now, new master? Are we going home?
Yeah. There was a street market when I lived in Tianjin, near I think Nandase. If anyone's in Tianjin, you go around the Nandase, and there's like a little alleyway where they're like live cows and live sheep and live chickens, like everything's alive, and it's exactly what you said. You just take it home. I think they have to kill the bigger animals there, but you can take the chicken and the duck and all that just in a bag. You're good.
The thing that I find interesting though is that probably like if you gave to a normal American person or a normal British person and said, "Here's a chicken, kill it," they would give it to any Chinese ayi, and she'll just be. And it's done.
Yep, that's right.
Give them a frog. They'll say, "Skin the frog." It's done. You know.
That's right.
Skin a frog or a chicken.
Not every Chinese know that. I can tell not every Chinese know that. The skin is active for chicken. You use a knife to chicken, and then let the butter come out. So actually, it will die now. And then you have to boil the hot water to actually put the chicken into the hot water, so to get like the feather out first. Not everyone know that, and not everyone dare to do that right now. Like, if you can buy a live chicken, it is much more expensive than the to pack chicken in the fridge. More expensive. Yeah.
There we go. So let's see. We have some interesting comments. Dr. Death talks about, so you can take a dump while sitting on your toilet in the shower. I never saw that in USA. That's true.
That's true. There's a certain freedom in that.
Yeah,
I imagine some poor hungover person is, taking care of all those needs at once. Yeah.
Yep. So you kind of, take care of everything right there. It's like economy of motion, man. Just go take care of business, and there you go. So we have someone talking about things in Walmart. Dr. Death again saying they have condoms at the checkout, where in USA you'd have gum and candy. So
that's right.
Yep.
And vibrators too. Like if you go to certain convenience stores, they have vibrators and stuff.
Yeah.
KY jelly. That's so
KY jelly, yeah.
Oh yeah, they have all those. And the names of some of those things are like I saw one the other day that said it was like
jizz bond
condom.
Yeah, jizz
and I'm like slippery condom. Isn't that a bad idea for a condom? I would think so. So
yeah.
Yep. Yeah, we talked about it earlier, Shinzo, the pajamas in public in China. So,
another thing that I don't know if this is a freedom. I suppose it is a sort of freedom, but I would think of it as prison. But like in the realm of fashion, couples wearing matching outfits.
Oh,
yeah. That is insanity to me. That is the mark of an unhealthy relationship. Those people are psychopaths. But
to tell Snarky when he requests that. It's insane, Snarky.
That's pure insanity. But like people are free to do it here, and like some of them will get judged, but I think most people just kind of look at that couple and go, "Huh, all right." Moving on. Like,
or when you get the whole family wearing the same outfit, like you'll have the mom.
That's right. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah.
There's a cultural reason for this, though. I've been thinking about this recently. In China, there's this idea called fuqixiang, and fuqixiang is the idea that a couple look good together. So maybe they don't dress the same, but like a couple that looks good together. Like Bunny and Snarky, they're a good couple. They look like they match, right? And a lot of Chinese people, they know that they don't have fuqixiang, so they make fake 夫妻相.
Try to force it. Yeah.
So they're forcing it. It's forced 夫妻相. And then in that way, people think that they're a couple. Yeah.
Well, it gets worse when they have the matching shirts with the bad English. I actually saw a couple, and the guy had a slogan on his shirt, and the girl had something on his hat that matched, and it said, "I kid you not," it said, "I take it in the pooper."
Oh, nice.
Well, maybe they take it in the pooper.
I'm sure neither one of them had any idea.
Yeah, that's a whole live stream in and of itself.
Yeah.
It could be us just like holding pictures up of things that we see, like just things like this.
Oh, that's from.
Oh, nice.
It's Kenny. What's that song? I'm a man of.
Oh, it's from something.
King of the road.
Oh, okay. But yeah, it's my wife bought these flip flops, and it just says this. It's really weird.
King of the road.
Says this is from a song.
So,
yeah, I didn't know that.
They aren't free to wear the same outfit. The wife is in charge and makes this happen.
That's true. Yeah, that
is true.
That does not apply to me.
Doesn't apply to you.
No, it's only Snarky who requests to wear the same outfit. Not me.
Oh gosh.
Well, I was talking about the Beijing bikini.
I bought a pair of Adidas shoes. He followed me and bought exactly the same pair.
Hey, now. It was a pair of plain white Adidas. You can't fault the guy for plain white Adidas.
Adidas has a long list of different model. You follow me to buy the same thing.
There we go. So there we go. Is Roger Miller, King of the Road? So
all right,
it's a good song. I like it.
There we go. Burbex looks like a criminal tonight.
Thanks, dude.
He is. He's all tatted up with the wife beater. Yeah, he's looking slick.
What kind of criminal would I be?
He's not tied up, so we saw him walking around showing his belly.
Okay, hold on. Let's stop here for a second. What kind of criminal would he be? Yeah.
What kind of criminal would he be? So he would be a thief of hearts.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Only yours, Snarky.
Yeah.
Don't worry, our bed is.
Oh, that's funny.
Why?
Moving along. So something else other than the we're talking about the terrible English, which we're right, that could be an entire topic. We are like I saw one the bad menus also you see in China, like the
I have a
the
whole
husband and wife lung slice, and so or just like profanity for no other reason than it's English. So what is Burbex eating? What are you eating there, Burbex?
Sorry, just pretzels.
He's eating some pretzels. There we go. Nice. So
okay. Oh, I like this comment. Yeah, Dr. Death is absolutely right. So no ID needed to purchase like booze, alcohol, cigarettes, like that kind of stuff. You just show up whatever. Like I've seen little 11 or 12-year-olds buy cigarettes and buy beers and stuff and drink it in between classes. Like just whatever, man.
That's another thing I was going to mention is in China, you can go up to a pharmacy, and if you have like a chest cold or something, just buy yourself some antibiotics. It's kind of like this, this assumption. It's like, well, if you take too much and die, then you probably were stupid, But there's this whole rigmarole of go here, pay this doctor this, go here and get an exam before you get this certain prescription to buy something at a inflated price like we see in the West a lot. That's one thing I really appreciate.
That's true to a certain degree, although like antibiotics now are more and more controlled. Like you can still especially if you're in small towns, you can buy a lot of prescription antibiotics, but I notice in a lot of bigger cities that I've been to over the years and had problems, like you do have to actually, like they'll have a doctor at the pharmacy who will like ask for your symptoms. You'll have like a guy there who will diagnose you, or you'll have to like video call a doctor and then like talk to them, and like you have an appointment just right there at the pharmacy, which is kind of cool. But it's not quite as easy as it used to be, but still way easier than back home.
Even here in Shanghai, I've seen a couple years ago when I first arrived in Shanghai, I had a chest cold, and I went to the pharmacy and I talked to a doctor who spoke great English, by the way. And he listened to me, and then he wrote out a prescription right there, and then sold me the medicine right there.
Yes. So, beautiful.
Yeah, it was like, thank you, sir. And it was just such a fraction of the cost than I would have paid back in the West for those same meds. So, Shinzo says buying traditional Chinese medicine or herbs is normal. True story. So, Lucy says, I really like that I carry on my medical record with a little paper booklet, and I actually got a copy of X-rays that I could take home and hang on my window.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. Nice.
Okay, sure. All right.
So, but beyond that, the other thing I've noticed that people in China and most of these tend to do really well compared to people in the West, and this is going to kind of slightly get right to that edge, is wearing masks.
Oh.
So, have you noticed that?
All the time.
What was that?
I think Chinese people wear. I think even before the epidemic, you would see people wearing masks on the subway, for example. I mean, not everyone, but if people have a cold, they would put on the mask to prevent other people catching a cold, or like. Not everyone. I don't mean everyone. And like sometimes as well, you'll see like these girls on the subway, and they've got 2 black eyes. And they're wearing a face mask, and that's because they've just had cosmetic surgery done on their nose. Like they break the nose, gives them 2 black eyes. So sometimes you see like these girls with beautiful hair, and they've got like their contact lenses in and 2 big black eyes, and they're wearing just a black mask over their face. But I think that's pretty common here as well, because maybe when they cut the eyes as well. Like double eyelid surgery. It's pretty common.
So, masks are the new face keenies. Yes,
there
sir.
Yeah.
So, hey, Radio, welcome, sir.
What up, Radio? What up?
What up, Radio? So, but I've noticed that. Pardon? I've noticed that. Okay.
No, I was just gonna say, like Bryn mentioned plastic surgery, and like actually that is something that's way more common and way less judged here, is to get surgery of some kind. Like to get plastic surgery in the US is an ordeal. It's an ordeal, a very expensive one as well. But like here, like there's like 3 cosmetic hospitals, like just within the surrounding 3 or 4 blocks from where I live. They're all over the place, and you can just show up and say, oh, I want double eyelids, or I want this, and they'll go, oh, all right, that'll be like 20,000 yuan, and you go, okay, you pay, and then they do it. Like, I mean, not there on the spot, but
drive-through cosmetic surgery.
There's not a lot of standards for those places, though. I think a lot of, but they do a lot of those operations, so. You imagine they're pretty good.
You're free to do it, but you're not free from the consequences.
Exactly. I do appreciate the fact that you can just like walk into a hospital in China and just like get these things done. It's more practical. If you're like a procrastinator about going to the doctor in China, you can just like walk in anywhere and get stuff done. You can get it done. Like I've had moles and freckles removed. You just walk in and you get it done almost right away. It's very professional.
So we had a question here. Just want to ask Westerners, what do foreigners think about Chinese acupuncture? Do they think it works? Using needles to treat pain? I'm going to jump in on this one. Actually, every week I do go see a traditional Chinese doctor. Sometimes they do the cupping. Sometimes, he just works me over, like wrangles my belly or whatever. And sometimes they do like the little needles and acupuncture. I totally think it's it works. I feel relaxed afterwards. I feel like I have more energy, so I think so. What do you think about that, Burbex?
So you just mentioned like the cupping. Maybe you could explain what cupping is first. Maybe some people don't know what cupping is. What's cupping?
Bunny, can you explain cupping for us?
Okay, so basically, like there is those Chinese doctors that have a bunch of the cups, and then they will burn. They will burn the paper and put inside the cup and then put on the pin. The theory is they use the heat to just suck it up something to actually like stimulate the circulation of the body, and then it will actually a kind of healing. That is what the Chinese theory is. This is the Chinese medications. That is a Chinese cupping, and then acupuncture is more like they use the needles to pin on a different part of the body, because they say that it's like more like they stimulate the body, and then this is kind of a healing as well. I didn't study Chinese medicine. I don't know what actual theory behind it, but it's more like a way of treating a Chinese treatment to the body without
So
there we go.
You know, like I used to live in Dongbei, right? I'm going back to Beijing bikini as well. So
there we go.
So the cupping is usually on your back, right? They'll stick. It's like about a dozen, maybe like 12 or 15 of these cups on the back, and they leave a big red bruise, or maybe even black bruise on your back.
Oh yeah, it looks like you made out with an octopus.
But then you'll see these guys with the Beijing bikini, and then again they'll have some of them on their belly like this. You got like red ones on your belly. Sometimes you see like a small one in the middle of somebody's forehead, and they'll be so proud. You know, they're walking around like this. I've heard that like when they do this in England, there was a case where a child got this done, and the parents were arrested for abuse. You know, like they thought they'd been beating the child. So, but I believe in cupping. And it makes me fall asleep right away. It's wonderful. I strongly believe in that.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of cupping. Yeah, and there are different types of cupping. Like the best one is definitely where they use the glass cups, and they do like Bunny was saying, like the alcohol, and it's on fire, and they light it and put it on you. Some of them they're plastic, and they have like a pump, and they pump the air out.
I don't like the pump.
That sucks. That's not good. But like the traditional with the glass and the flame, I've done that too. It's great. I don't have any experience with acupuncture, but I love cupping.
There was one I got, and they covered my whole body with towels, and they put like a layer of towels on my body, and then they took another layer of towel soaked in alcohol and just basically set me on fire.
I've seen that. Yeah.
Like the whole body on fire. And you fall asleep right away. It's wonderful. Delicious feeling. Really nice feeling.
Nice.
Wow. I would love to try that.
There we go. Burbex exposing. And of course, his backside. Sounds so beautiful. Nice. So,
Burbex
welcome, sir. Just joined. WTF I just seen. Welcome to the Snark Lounge, sir. So, yep. So, yes. I'm talking about the blind massage. Is really nice too. Yeah, Bunny and I experienced that when we came to Shanghai a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Definitely. Well, guys, we are just about out of time. I want to give everyone a chance to make some final comments about things you can only see in China. I'm going to give you guys 30 seconds. And I'm going to go straight to Austin first. Are you ready, sir?
Okay, let's do it. Yeah, I mean, I think China is just the kind of place where, I don't know if this has to do with, I guess it is, because there's so much freedom here that you can kind of go out on the street on any given day, and you legit have no idea what you're going to see on that given day. And it's absolutely true. Like, on the way back to my apartment today, I just saw a guy with a crown of, like, he just had like a bush on his head. Like he just had a bush on his head as he was riding his bicycle. And like, I don't know what that's about, but he felt free enough to do that. And then, you know, who knows what I'm going to see tomorrow? Because every day you see something a little different. So, yeah, it's a good time.
So Bunny, 30 seconds. Final thoughts on the topic.
I guess like China has the you have to agree that China has the biggest group of people, like different group of ethnic group of people. The diversity and also the history, the long 5,000 years of history that bring you every day. What like Austin say, you see something new, you see something different. Because just you think about a country with 56 group of people and also 5,000 history. What are the combination coming out? And that's why you can think this is you think weird, but it's common to them. You think and also something that unique in China. That is something you need to explore, and it will take time to understand that.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, Burbex, you got 30 seconds. Final thoughts on the topic, sir.
Well, I like what Austin was just saying just now. He says like that people have this sense of freedom, and if you listen to the Western media, you'd think like everybody is trapped in a cage in China, but actually Chinese people have a lot of freedom to kind of express who they are, even if it's like completely weird. And I think that's what keeps a lot of us foreigners here, is that we can be who we want to be here. You know, like Jamaica Funk was saying, like if he wants to go outside and like play music outside, he can just do that. If you want to wear matching clothes or like wear strange clothes, that's great. You can just do what the hell you want to do. And I think there's a lot, me personally, I feel there's a lot less pressure to be normal in China. I think you can just be as weird or as eccentric as you want. And, you know, I think everyone that's in this, you know, like we've got Snarky, Bunny, Austin, all a little bit eccentric. And, you know, we don't get prejudiced for being weird here. So that's kind of what I like about it. I'm a strange guy anyway. That's my...
Absolutely.
Cheers to that.
Absolutely. Oh, there we go. Drink. Yes. So I will take my last coffee on that one.
But the big question is, what is Snarky wearing under that desk? Nobody's giving us... Oh, look at this.
Oh, here we go.
I did it.
For the most dripping on one episode so far. Great, guys. So, all right, come on.
A+.
Oh, look at this.
So, I like this comment here. Of course, so snarkalicious as usual. But Austin speaks the truth. This is what draws me back to China again and again. Every day is new and exciting and fresh in the Middle Kingdom. Yeah. True story. So, and we have a new nickname. A new nickname for Burbex is Burbex. Nice.
You should come out in my massage taxi sometime.
Yeah, I want to take that massage taxi with you now.
It's a new business.
Well, guys, hey, I appreciate everyone joining us. Like anything else, always carry your can of sardines. You never know when you may need them. I want to thank everybody on our panel for joining us. Show them some love. Go down. There's a description to their YouTubes in the description. Click on them, subscribe, and like anything else, guys, we will see you all next week on the Snark Lounge with Jamaica Funk.
Jamaica Funk. It's funky.
It is funky. We'll see you guys next time. Have a great week.
Take it easy.
Bye-bye now.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.